Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rav Eliezer Melamed Shlit'a. I hope everyone had an enjoyable Shabbos, a weekend, perhaps with some newfound insights. We also had some incredible early November weather, which is hard to believe for here in the Northeast, but 75 degrees on Shabbos in November, we will take that. Now, the next section that we'll be studying is Hachana l'Shabbos. How do we prepare for Shabbos? The 6 days of the week and Shabbos are interconnected. For just as a person has both a body and a soul, a week also has a body and a soul. The weekdays are the body, and the Shabbos is the spirit, the Shabbos is the soul. And just as a complete person, a well-adjusted individual, is someone whose body and soul work together, again, here's one of our great words, harmonia, in harmony. When the body has spiritual drawing from and a spiritual influence from the soul, and the body also allows the neshama to express itself, similarly, a complete week is where the connection between the body of the week, the weekdays, and the soul of the week, the Shabbos, is a tight connection. During the week, we start preparing everything that we need for Shabbos. So therefore, Shabbos is not a standalone, but every day of the week is something leading up to Shabbos, preparing for Shabbos. Why preparing for Shabbos? It elevates and ennobles and sanctifies the entire week, especially those weekdays, which are really then interconnected with the Shabbos Kodesh. In quotes the Gemara in Beya, Amar Chachamim, Al Shammai Hazaken Shekol Yamav Hayochel L'Chvod Shabbos. Shammai, every day, he would eat something in honor of Shabbos. Hayamotze behemana, if he found a nice animal, Omer Zula Shabbos, he would say, oh, this is for Shabbos. Motza Acheres Nohim, and if he found a better one, Ochal Harishona, V'Sheir Hashina HaMeshubechas Yosel Shabbos. He would eat the first one that he found, and he'd keep the second one and say, oh, this is better, this is even better for Shabbos. Kelomar, B'chol Yemos HaChol Hayochel Tamides HaMa'achol HaPachos Tov. Each day of the week, he was always eating the lesser of the food, because the better food, ultimately the best, would be saved for Shabbos. Comes out that every single day he's actually eating whatever he'd eat. His mundane eating during the week was actually to be in honor of the Shabbos, and he figured out in every single sitting how to honor the Shabbos and how to sanctify it. But Hillel, Shammai's counterpart constantly in the Talmud, had a different approach. Everything was, of course, for the sake of heaven. And he would sanctify each day, and he would honor it and sanctify it by saying, Baruch Hashem, each day. If he got nice food during the week, he would eat it immediately. Because he had the faith that just as Hashem allowed him to procure this wonderful food during the week, I'm sure Hashem will allow him to procure even better food for Shabbos. And therefore he would get each day its proper due. Different perspectives, but nonetheless understanding and recognizing what comes from above. The rabbis write that even according to the opinion of, or the approach of Hillel HaZaken, generally it's better to follow Shammai, and if we have better food available, we should save that for Shabbos. But Hillel was very unique in his level of faith and security that he felt with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Because he believed that Hashem would make it readily available for him even better food for Shabbos. But but a regular person who does not necessarily have this level of faith, if one comes across a better piece of food and you have the ability to save it for Shabbos, that's what one should do. So it might be hard to relate to this halacha, Rav writes, because it doesn't really make much sense to us today. Because we live in a time of affluence and a time of abundance where so much food, so many different types of good food are readily available in all the stores. And no one's worried that if I eat this nice piece of food on Monday or Tuesday that it won't be available on Shabbos. We know, especially we go to our kosher stores where there's prepared foods, when we go to the butcher, we know there's going to be excellent cuts, excellent prepared foods, things that are really delectable that will be available for Shabbos each and every week. We don't have to worry about that on Monday that maybe it won't happen. So practically speaking, again, this is another aspect of what I love of the Rav's halacha, is how he speaks practically. We buy what we buy during the week, but we should buy extra special food. We should buy the better food, the better products we should buy for Shabbos. And tovlomar b'shas hakniyos shekniyazu l'chvod Shabbos kodesh. So when you're buying something for Shabbos, if you're shopping on Wednesday, Thursday, whatever it might be, or even Friday, you should say, I'm buying this l'chavod Shabbos kodesh. V'harei ze b'chlal mitzvah zachar, and this is what the Ramban says is in the category of zachar es yom HaShabbos, to remember the Shabbos. V'tov litam as ha'ma'acholim shemechinim l'Shabbos k'dei lahatimim karoi la'anig behenes HaShabbos. And not only that, is also a mitzvah to taste the food that we have, that you're preparing for Shabbos, so that we know that, first of all, they taste properly well, and we can enjoy the Shabbos appropriately. But there's an inyan of tasting the Shabbos food even before Shabbos, to ameha chaim zachu, as we say in the Musaf prayers. But I think one of the driving forces throughout our entire week is that we're always thinking of Shabbos. And it should never be a burden that on Monday, today's Monday, and we're thinking, oh my gosh, I have to start thinking about Shabbos. We should say, today's Monday, and thank God we could start thinking about Shabbos. What are we going to eat? Who are we going to have? How are we going to celebrate? What kind of divrei Torah are we going to say? And who will be with us? So we have many, many exciting things ahead of us. So these are just some of the beginning of the halachas of preparing for Shabbos. Hope everyone has a great week ahead, a great day ahead. Thank you for listening. We'll see you here next time as we study Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rav Eliezer Melamed Shlit'a.